Welcome to today's video. Quick little word before the video starts. My wife and I have been trying to figure out what we want. She's always wanted to live in the middle of nowhere. I've always wanted the room and freedom to do and build things that I want to build. It's like we've been renting in relatively small suites. My wife is disabled. She has axial spondyloarthritis, something or other. Her back hurts. Pretty much anytime she sits or stands, it always hurts. So I've been taking care of her. It got progressively worse last year, I guess 2 years ago now, where when I finished working with the city, I was taking care of her for quite a while. I'm still taking care of her to an extent. She's been doing a lot better with new medication, which is great. I went to start working and then I tore my meniscus in my knee. So now I'm waiting for surgery. Long story short, we've always been looking for something to buy. That's the reason we moved out of Vancouver. Is the only way we could really buy anything is not in the lower mainland. The prices there are absolutely ridiculous. So we moved to Kelowna, and the prices here aren't much better. So we've been looking around. Our friend Ryan and Bibi have a community where they're selling shares of the land, and then we could go move there in like a tiny home for the time being, and then slowly build like my forever house, like a big shop, house, whatever, wood burning stoves, the whole 9 yards. I've always loved that idea. So I think that's where this video is going to start. So without further ado, the land. Okay guys, so today I am up at my buddy's place. So we've been offered if we wanted to join this community. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It's a half hour from Penticton, so it's not too far from everything, but we're trying to figure out the logistics behind it. And I am actually just going to check out one of the parts of the property that was previously somebody put in a road, but they kind of left the property. So we have this road here. We're trying to figure out if we do want to come here, where we're gonna set up, where we're gonna put our house. Oh, almost lost you. Where we're gonna put our house, what house we're gonna put up, all the costs. We're pretty much weighing what it would cost for us to go off-grid, going from renting to off-grid. So I know that's a lot of people want to do that nowadays. So just kind of weighing through options, looking at possibilities, and figured I'd take a look around the land while I got the time, and kind of, get a head start on this whole idea. So yeah, we're just up this makeshift road from where the other people were planning on building a house up here. So let me take you guys out of the vehicle and we'll go check it out. I can't go too far. Can't go too far because of my knee. But I was thinking about driving up and around. So this is kind of just on the side of the mountain. If we look way over here, there's some of the other houses, like their house is the green roof over here. There's some tiny homes they already have on the property, part of the community. There's also some geodesic domes that they rent out for like Airbnb and that kind of stuff. But this spot is like, it's definitely very undeveloped. So if we were coming up here, We'd probably have to do our own septic, solar, a generator, everything that we'd have to be self-sufficient in this spot. So we're trying to figure out how much all that would cost, if we can get a loan for it, what kind of down payment. We also need to pay into the property. We'll have like monthly payment as well as a deposit as on that. So we're trying to price everything out and see if this is even possible. But this is one of the spots that we were thinking about. The road up, oh my God, bug flew in my ear. The road on the way up here is not the greatest. It's a preliminary road at best. So that's something that we'd also have to take into consideration. Luckily, I know how to operate machinery, so we could always just rent a machine and kind of go back and forth and then just put some road material down, road base, quarter down, whatever the terminology is for it. But definitely a cool idea. We were thinking about like a barn dominium, where we would have a garage on the bottom floor with everything that we would need for running my YouTube, building cars, which is primarily what I want to do and what I would like to keep doing. Another thing about this spot is it's close enough that we can have help of people close by, but it's far enough away that we could literally do whatever we want here. I can hear them talk a little bit, but like not that much. And yeah, it's pretty much like, look at it. Look at this valley is insane. And there's like, I think there's 7 other properties in this little valley. There's more down the road, but the up over here, it goes back another, I don't even know how far because I haven't been up there, but it goes back a ways, and that's where their property is, property line. And then up over here, there's another little plateau. So they were talking about maybe putting in a well and having a cistern so they could have backup water in case of fire and that kind of stuff. We are in southern BC, so fire is a big risk, but also something that you can plan for. So yeah, just, trying to figure out life, figuring out if we want to do this. I mean, so far all the ups are looking a lot better than the downs. But yeah, it would be really nice to just live in the middle of nowhere. No oversight. I could build race cars. Nobody would care. It'd be fun. I think I'm going to walk around a little bit and look around and then check back with you guys in a minute. One of the things we were thinking about, I'm just a little bit up the hill. But like, if we were to cut out a chunk of this and build almost like, can't remember what they call them, walls of concrete, and then put the metal structure on top, it would actually bring the price of the structure down, because the concrete, I believe, is cheaper than the metal structure. And having the metal structure only be 15 feet instead of 25 feet would be a bonus. But if we cut in a bit, put it up here, and then backfilled around the walls, we could have this whole area up here, kind of like we could do a little garden, have a walkout main floor, or the second floor, which would be the living space of the building. We could have a walkout section where we have a deck that we walk out, and it's just this would be insane. Look at this. Yeah. Food for thought. All right, guys. I am currently behind the property. I'll overlay this. Screenshot it. I'll overlay that on the video. But we're let's see. I don't know. 200 meters from the property. But we're kind of like It's hard to show. We're like back in behind the property. There's some old quad trails here. And, just wanted to check them out. We'll see how far I can get down this road. What my goal here is to try and get up behind the property so I can look down from where I was just a couple minutes ago. So, wish me luck. Okay, made it a little bit deeper. Oh, knee is real sore today. So we're on the back side of the property. It's on the other side of this makeshift barbed wire fence. I think the people that own the cattle that come around here maintain this fence, but the edge of his property is still a ways over. I think I'm still going to backtrack and go around to the other side to get to the edge of the property. But where we are right now is actually pretty close to the edge of the property. Where I was showing you guys where I would want to build a house is just down the hill over here. So I'm going to see if there's a way to get past this fence and walk around a tiny bit and catch up with you guys in a minute. I found a hill and I thought I'd try and drive up a little bit. It turns out, I mean, I could probably make it to the top of the hill, but I think it's a dead end at the top of the hill. So we'll just, sorry for the damaged lens, but I'll try and get it. So that should give you a bit of an idea. I'm gonna back down now. I am blown away at this Pajero. Absolutely blown away at this Pajero. I mean, no problem. You want to go up that hill? Yeah, sure. Just point me in the direction and I'll go. Actually insane. But yeah, I'm gonna go back around and explore a little bit more. Okay, guys. We are currently, I will do another overlay if I can figure that out. We're currently right on the southwestern tip of the property. I mean, almost. I'm going to walk over and see if I can get the exact point and go from there. This is little treacherous with the way my knee is right now, but we're making do. Oh, yep. So there's still more barbed wire here, but we're getting awfully close. I think I'm going to have to jump this fence. Apparently there's supposed to be some kind of marker on the actual corner of the property. So let me see if I can get over this thing without ripping myself a new one. I also don't want to break the fence because that would be rude. Maybe I should grab a car mat from the Pajero. Should have brought one down. The fence is up in both directions, so these are old pants anyway. Oh, my knee. Oh. Okay. Now we're talking. So there's a old hiking trail here, and I think I'm currently standing on it. There's like a little bit of a pathway down this way, and also down that way. That's cool. One of the things that would be done is with the helping of the property would be helping with fixing up some of these pathways and stuff. So it's a community of people that will all be living in like tiny homes or cabins or whatever housing in the little area down there. But there's also going to be some geodesic domes that people can rent. And then there's going to be like hot tubs, saunas, the whole kind of resort feel, I guess. And then with that, you'd want to offer like there's a hiking path and keep that hiking path clear and free of debris. But yeah, that's a little ways off. I'm still trying to figure out if I'll be able to even afford it, but we're currently, let's see here. Oh man, we're almost directly on the pin. Okay, let me walk around here. I think it's down the hill a little bit. We'd have to get out here with like a nice Garmin GPS to be absolutely specific, and I'd need the actual coordinates as well. But I'm pretty sure I'm there. Yeah, so where I am, it's back this way a bit. It might actually be at the bottom of this hill. Oh, nice and careful. So this area that my friend bought was clear cut, 30, 40 years ago? And then somebody built that house in the 90s. Okay, I think we're looking pretty close here. So since it was cut down, there's a bunch of the land that was like just fully cut. And I think this might have been an old road. Man, it looks like an old road. I can see that way. There's the barbed wire fence up there. Okay, almost on the pin. But this road is looking like it might be the marker. Kind of cool that there's a road up here. Could mean secondary access to the property, where you could have another little area of secluded like cabins or whatever. The whole area, the whole place is 50 acres, which is considerable. Considerable. Okay, so I think I've walked all the way around where I had the marked spot on the map. I'm just gonna walk a little bit more. Oh, can't do too much more though. It's damn knee. Yeah, there's like this nice little pathway down here. Cuts around and comes back this way. This is like a usable off-road path. I'm just trying to see through the trees if I can see the clearing where the, oh yeah. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the house is right down there. The house and then the trailers are down there. So I'm just gonna follow this little path and see where we get to. Pretty crazy to think that nobody's been in this area in like 20 years? No, probably more than that. Who knows? The last owners could have been up here, but I doubt it. It's pretty hard to get to. A lot of deadfall. I think the clearing, where I was showing you guys where we would possibly put a building is just down there. Really hard to figure out, but I think got to turn back right away. The road gets to an impassable point up here, but I think it's possible that it curves down and it's what is left of the road is eroded, and that's the little bit of a cliff you see on the property. So the big ass bee. But yeah, this this is awesome. Oh, somebody's been here because there's wood. Cut wood. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna hobble my way back up to the Pajero. Maybe I'll go to the other corner of the property. Maybe not. I don't know. My knee is pretty messed up. Yeah, I can see their house. So I'm gonna take some clips with the cell phone. Yeah, this is awesome. All right, I am up closer to the middle of the western border of the property. There's a forestry service road right over here that comes along here, goes all the way up, and then there's like a what do they call it? Switchback, where it goes back up the other way. And up over by the switchback is where I went and took some pictures with the guys last time I was up here. It was just kind of preliminary before we started actually thinking about the possibility of moving up here. But we were just chatting before I came up here, and he's like, I wonder where that ridge is. So I'm trying to see if this is where that ridge is. Also, my radio is going off because I tuned into the forestry road, the main logging road over here. Before coming down the logging road, you're supposed to tune into the channel just to know if somebody's coming or going. And yeah, it looks like they are calling back up and down. I just hadn't heard it yet, and I had just heard it. So put my radio on my pocket or on my hip. So if I can hear any more, that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm trying to get over here, trying to see exactly where we are. I think that's the property down there. There's like a very visible ridge that we were looking for. I think it's still a couple 100 feet over there. So I think it's the ridge we were on before. I will take you guys there so you can see it, but from here I can also see see Ryan's place. Just all the way down there. Really hard to see. I might be able to zoom in with very low quality, but not bad. This isn't the ridge, but it is a ridge. So, yeah, cool. Oh man, I need surgery so bad. Okay. So, It almost sounds like water rushing, but it's just the wind rushing through the valley. Whew. Yeah, this spot is not the spot. I think we have to go along this ridge a little bit to get to the spot. Woo! Yeah, hopefully this video performs well. That'll give me an idea of if I should calculate the ability to make content up here into my my whole figuring out if we're gonna move or not. So if you like this video, send it to some friends, comment and tell me what I did wrong or how much you like it. And if it does well, who knows, we could move up here sooner than later. Okay. So we're pretty much just on the west side of his property line. And I can see the top of his house. Let's see. That's about straight on. That's the top of my buddy's house. Oh. So yeah, I think the ridge that we've been looking at from the geodesic domes, I think it's that way quite a ways. So I'll do one more short little trip down the road, but I ain't walking. All right, so I'm in the last spot. I'll do the pin thing again. Okay, and now that is pretty much where we are in relation to the property. Now, this is where we came up before, but we had my buddy's 3-year-old, 4-year-old with us, so we didn't do too much exploring. So I think this tree right over here, that tree, I think that's the corner of their property. I'm gonna try and walk down there. I'll see how far I get. I could drive down, but I just don't want to risk getting stuck, especially because I don't have a winch. I don't have like big bumpers for knocking trees down and stuff, so I want to be careful. Pajero is doing phenomenal though. It would do a little bit better with a lift in 35s. Who knows, maybe even 37s if I want the extra bit. I don't know. So yeah, this is the property. We just, yeah. You can see there's a tiny home, a bus, and the house. It is completely off grid, so it's not connected to power or anything. They run solar and a generator. And we would probably move into a smaller tiny home for the time being until we build the house that we want. So if we look over, let's line this up. We look over here, that's on like that little bit of a clearing before the woods. That's the first spot that I was on that side. I believe it might be a little bit more behind the trees. And then, yeah, I was up over in here, all over the place. But the place we'd want to build is like back there behind all those trees. And they haven't really explored this half of the property too much at all. So very interesting to kind of see what was here before and also seeing what they're trying to achieve. Yeah, super cool. Okay, I'm going to walk down a bit more. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Okay, I made it down the hill without completely killing myself. And I'm under a tree that looks like it could fall down at any moment. But we are coming up on the corner of the neighbor's property, although I don't think they actually own up to this height. I think they just built a fence up to this height. So practically from here to where that other marker is, again, put another marker on the screen. Yeah, so this is pretty much the upper quadrant of his land. Could be our land. Yeah, pretty wild. I think I'm not going to go too much further because I don't want to climb up that hill. Not too far. The Pajero is just right up over here, but I do see another fence down there. So let me go check out that fence. That could be his property fence. Bit of wind. It is a windy valley. Yeah, okay. We're closing in on his property. So I was right. That tree that I pointed out is literally at the very western part of his property. He's got this whole clearing over here that could be another place for a cabin. Some of our friends from Winnipeg have shown interest in maybe putting like a vacation cabin up here. But like, if we could figure out that road, that would be that would allow us to bring a trailer up to this point, or a tiny home, or, you know, some kind of cabin, or at least material to build a cabin. And then, you know, just have a bunch of people enjoying life, not worrying about who's in power or who has done what to who, just living life. Society's done this to me. All right. Well, I'm sure I'll have some closing remarks, but this is the end of my exploration. I'm gonna climb back up the hill to the Pajero. This is an Insta 360. That's just rude. So another bonus to the property. This is the road to get to the top of the property, and this is a little shooting range somebody set up. So that's cool. I have to be careful though because of the cows. There's a lot of cows that come in here. Yeah, super cool. So that was pretty much just a kind of walk around, an exploration of the area where we are looking to maybe possibly move. We have to take into account so many variables, like how much of a percentage of the land are we buying, um, what we're going to do to survive, like space wise. Like if we are, I think we've outgrown being able to fit in like a 20-foot tiny home. So I think we need to either get like an actual double wide trailer, or they have the new unfolding. It's like a container size, and then they unfold into an actual full suite. Some of them are like 500 square feet. They're like decent. Or sorry, 800 square feet. The one I was looking at today was 800 square feet. And like, it's not cheap by any means. They're like 30 plus grand Canadian, so like 25 US. And it's definitely a possibility to get something like that, pay it off real quick, and then just start slowly building my own house that I want. I was looking at like a barn dominium. I probably talked about it a little bit in the video, but 30 by 40 shop with a condo on top. I mean, that would be perfect. You wouldn't have to go far to do all my fun hobbies. I guess I'll say hobbies. Regardless, like even if I don't continue to do YouTube, like that would be somewhere where I could live and work and kind of progress my life to grow to my full potential. Let my ADD run wild. So tell me what you guys think. I know this is a little bit of a different video, probably a little longer video than usual, but I'm really excited to explore this opportunity. I really want to kind of drink it all in before we make any decisions. It's going to be a while. I've already filmed half a video. Ryan's trailer needed to be refinished, so I'm refinishing his trailer for him, which will probably be next week's video. I might have some extra videos too, because I have other stuff I've been filming on the side. I also had my camera get smashed, so I have the full uncut of that, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we'll be thinking about it for sure. Let us know what you think. If you like the kind of idea you want to see me build more than just cars, I have so many ideas in my brain, and I know I can do much more than I am doing. Like renting, you can't do anything to the suite really. You can't knock down a wall, you can't make a bigger space, you can't make a smaller space, you can't do anything. Like the best I got was putting gravel by the pad that I have my car on, so I can have it a little bit bigger so I can fit 2 vehicles. Ooh. I like to do a lot more in-depth things than that. So yeah, it's definitely an idea, and yeah, if you guys like it, let me know. Like, share, comment, all that stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Peace. Yeah, this view, I'll definitely miss living by the lake, because god damn, that is pretty.